my gosh, I was not ready. But I just came back from San Diego. I was out there for 4 days. And I was, yeah, you know how in Santa Fe, you know, I tell people, white people, I'm Native American, they're like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. But in San Diego, I just came back from this town, and I told these people, I'm Native American, and they're like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm not worthy. I was freaking, yeah, they love me out there. So, so I got laid every night I was there, but anyway, yeah, these people kept that hosted me for this show. It was like for a Comic-Con thing, right? They're doing this virtual thing with Comic-Con. They're doing it with my artwork, with the cartoons and stuff. And so one of the founders of Comic-Con was there. So I'm going to be speaking at Comic-Con the first time a Native American has spoken at the big Comic-Con. That's in November. I'm right behind. What's his name? Robert Downey Jr. You may have heard of him. But anyway, this is like kind of cool. It's like big. So yeah, I was like, I was out there and my host kept asking me if I wanted to go surf. And I was like, no, I don't want to surf. Every day for the next 5 days they're asking me, you want to go surf? And finally, like on the 5th day, I was like, you know what? I can't go surf. And I was like, why not? I said, because Indians don't surf. And they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And they left me alone after that. So the other day I was driving through Santa Fe. I got pulled over. I was actually rushing to the MVD because of the last day of my plates going up. That was June 30th. And I had to renew my license plate, but on my way over, I was on Cerritos right after the new Walmart, right? And I go through this yellow light, right? And there's a cop behind me, and he pulls me over. Right away, the lights go off, and he's like, he pulls me over, so I have to pull into this car dealership. And he says, you know why I pulled you over? I know that they always ask that. But I was like, yeah, because I went through a yellow light. And he was like, no, you went through a red light. And I said, no, I went through a yellow light. He was like, are you going to argue with me? I turned and looked, he had a gun, so I'm like, no, I'm not going to argue with you. But I got a ticket, and I took care of all that stuff. But it reminded me back 2 years ago, I was, before the pandemic, I was pulled over, like in Arizona, right? And my best friend, whose car I was driving, decided to go to sleep, so I'm driving. I get pulled over by this cop, and he comes up to me, he goes, you know why I pulled you over? And I was like, DWI? He goes, why, you been drinking? I said, no, it's driving while Indian, right? He said, what are you, a comedian? I was like, yeah. And so he asked me, no, he says, no, I pulled you over because you were driving because your windows were too tinted. And I was like, were my windows too tinted or was my skin too tinted? And he was like, no, he didn't do that. So, anyway, I'm reading this book, right? I'm always trying to keep up with the times and stuff. And so I was at a Goodwill. I was looking through the books. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to read up in this book and find out. Like I'm really trying to expand my mind. And I found this book, Stuff White People Like. You know? And if you read stuff on Native Americans, you want something written by a Native American. This was written by a guy named Christian Lander, right? That's as white as you can get. So here's a list of, there's like 100 stuff down here, but check this out and let me know if this is true. So it's a rundown all the way to number 1. White people like rock climbing. Yeah. White people like therapy. White people like hardwood floors. this book I got. Okay, white people like music festivals. White people like adopting foreign children. White people like plaid. White people like native wisdom. Okay. They love San Francisco. Dinner parties. White people like recycling. Hating their parents. White people love gifted children. White people love yoga. They love Barack Obama. They love organic food. And they love diversity. And number two is they love film festivals. And the number one thing that white people like is coffee. No, that's true. That's the number one thing. And we have one right here. He's a representative. He loves coffee. So anyway, yeah, I don't have much more on my. So I decided to write my own version of stuff that Native people like, and it goes down to fry bread. We love fry bread. We love free Netflix passwords.
Yes, you're welcome.
We love beer. And the number one things that white Native Americans like, Native American men, is white women. Crush on So anyway, yeah, we're talking about dogs, but I want to talk about res dogs, right? Yeah, you know res dogs, right? Because one of my white friends came over, he saw my dog, he says, where did you buy your dog? I'm like, buy? We don't buy our dogs. They just show up at your doorstep, right? And you just start feeding them. Yeah, and res dogs are unique because one time I saw a res dog run over by a car like 3 times, like in 2 minutes. And the res dog got up each time, he was like, ain't nothing but a thing, right? And they don't die, you can't kill a res dog. So anyway, just wanted to mention that. So I'm gonna leave you with this. I've been working on this thing where okay, well I'll tell you this. I talk about being native and how it's like cool to be native because you can walk into any restaurant and someone will ask you, do you have a reservation? And you go, yes. And when I was in that show in San Francisco, they were like, I was on a show and I go, I'm Native American, you may have seen me scalping tickets to the show. So yeah, you get to say fun things like that. But the really cool thing about being from the res is, or native is like, every once in a while Hollywood comes out with a movie that makes you proud of your culture. Like for natives it was Dances with Wolves. For Hispanics, it was Milagro Beanfield War. For Eastern Indians, it was Slumdog Millionaire. For black people, it was Roots. For Italians, it was The Godfather. And for white people, it was Brokeback Mountain. So speaking of Dances with Wolves, you know how like in the old days they used to have people, like white people and Hispanic people, they just paint them all brown and they play the part of a Native American. Well, here's my impression of that scene from Dances with Wolves, where the white people are coming and they have to hold a council, right? And here's my impression of Al Pacino as the chief, Sean Connery, what's his name, James Earl Jones, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Christopher Walken in that council, right? So, okay. Hoorah! What do you do here? All these white people coming onto our land. Hoorah! It's a great day for singing the song. This is a great day for moving along. What do we do? Yabba dabba do. What do we do? What do you say? Okay. What do you say? It's on an eagle.
Well, it's simple. It's like 6 silver swans, shining silver.
They pull a knife, you pull a bow and arrow. They send one of yours to the hospital, you send one of theirs to the war. That's the Native American way. That's how you kill them right now. Wow, I love this guy. What do you say, walking eagle? Well, what do you say, walking eagle? Two of mice fell to a bucket of cream. First mouse goes up and drowns. Second mouse doesn't give up. He struggles so hard that he turns that cream into butter. And crawls out. Gentlemen, as of this moment, I am second mouse. Hoorah! Got more on here. What do you say, gentle eagle? Well, life is a delicate balance, and we must respect that balance, from the crawling ants to the leaping antelope. Because when we die, we become the grass, and the antelope eat the grass, and so we are all connected in the great circle of life. What the hell are you talking about? We need to go and crush the enemy, and we need to hear the lamentations of their woman. Come on, we need to get the help of the Chippewa. Come on, get to the Chippewa. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.